Tier 2 streaming platforms are web-based and by definition redundant, but also limited in functionality. Tier 3 streaming platforms are locally installed and by definition are a single point of failure, meaning if your computer crashes, your stream is finished, y'all. Trust me on this one. I've been there, done that, and I got the t-shirt to prove it. In the streaming community, this has been a hot topic, web-based or locally installed, Tier 2 or Tier 3, and many have taken a stand firmly on one side or the other, but y'all know me. I've stayed neutral and willing to dip my toe into all the ecosystems to see what they each have to offer. Today, I'm doing that again with a new player in the streaming landscape called EVMUX. Yes, you heard me correct, EVMUX. I did a live product test a few weeks back, which caught the company's attention, sparked some serious conversation, and it garnered me a free annual subscription at the pro level. But today, let's keep it simple. Let's just do a product overview, look at the features and how they stack up against the competition. I'm Kirk Nugent, your live video coach. And on this channel, I show you how to use live streaming to grow and engage an audience, funnel clients to your business, or establish yourself as a thought leader. And today we're looking at EVMUX, touted as fully branded streaming, simple but powerful. Their so-called easy-to-use live editors enable streamers to seamlessly edit any aspect of the show before the stream or while live. Let's put that to the test. So here we are on evmux.com, and you can head there yourself, evmux.com. We'll put these links in the description for you guys to be able to check them out. No affiliate yet, but feel free to go ahead and sign up if it's something you feel works for you. Now, I'm trying my best to make this short, but there's a lot of ground to cover, so buckle up, let's dive in. This is the main page. It's going to show you some of the things, some of the functions and features, but we're going to do that ourselves. So let's head to the dashboard. When you log in, your account is set up. You log in, this is where you land. Of course, yours is not going to look like mine, but you have projects. Projects are, in my opinion, where you would probably, the comparable thing would be like profiles in Ecamm. Nothing really comparable in StreamYard or Restream, but this would be like per client probably. Under each project, you have sessions. So I've created two projects here, one how it all works, the other composition, and you can see that they're listed below. Then you also have speakers and you have sessions and you have settings for each project. Let's go to settings. Settings comes up, and this is the settings for the How It All Works project. So some of the details are there. I can give a description, all of that good stuff. Come back here and click on View All Projects to go back to that main screen. I can go then into composition as a project, and under composition as a project, you're on the main dashboard. You don't really see anything here. But if you click on sessions, then you'll see things that sessions you've already scheduled. Now, to be clear, sessions are nested underneath projects, and the sessions really hold your assets, and you can actually stream multiple times from one session. Let's say you're doing a live show in a session and you go offline and you want to go back online with those same guests, with those same assets. You can do that in sessions. So keep that in mind as well. You can also do scheduled and unscheduled. So right now we're going to click on web tips from composition and actually go into the broadcast tool. So we click that, it opens up the broadcast tool, and you'll see that this is generic. I've not set up anything here. Everything is brand new. Right up here at the top, let's just deal with this top bar. You can actually open up multiple sessions. So that's pretty dope. For a producer, you could actually have two sessions open right here. And I'll demonstrate that in my other profile where I actually have two sessions. In this profile, I don't. I should say project. In this project, I only have one session. In the other project, I have two sessions. Trying to get the terminology correct. So you have sessions up here, and then you also have the ability to do light version or dark version. I love this. Just give us this feature, y'all, that we just need to have this feature. This is, just give this to us. So I'm happy that they've done that. You can set up your broadcast channels here. This would be your destinations. So you'd click and you'd add your destinations here. You can do RTMP, of course, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and they are currently in the process of adding more destinations. But RTMP does open up a world of possibilities. And then some people were asking, can you record? Yes, you can record. So you can actually just hit this button and record. So this setup right here looks very familiar to all of the different things that we are used to in some of the other streaming platforms like Restream and StreamYard. So we have the different layouts on the bottom. We have mute, stop cam, cam mic, screen share, local video. So all of the above, very similar. But I want you to notice something over on the side here. We are in the dynamic scene. This is a dynamic scene. And the dynamic scene, keep this in mind, fam. This is the big piece. Dynamic scenes and pro scenes, okay? Dynamic scenes is StreamYard, Restream, Melon app. That's dynamic scenes. It has that same look, feel, all of the different parameters, that same functionality that we're used to. It has all of that in dynamic scenes. In pro scenes is like Go Light Stream, right? That's one that I've reviewed before, or Ecamm in a browser. So you have a lot more functionality, and we're going to dive into that in a second. But I want you to see that on the side here, you have pro scenes, you have dynamic scenes. So if you mouse over, it'll tell you manage your stream or recording instantly using awesome layouts and branding. So everything is there set up for you. It's predefined. And if you mouse over the pro scenes, it gives you some more. But the point is, this is fully customized scenes, fully customized. This is going to take some time and effort, energy ahead of your live show. You're gonna have to do this ahead of the live show. So dynamic scenes, boom, get in there, give somebody the guest link, go live. Pro scenes, get in there, set it up ahead of time, and then you can kind of walk through your scenes as a show. You have everything essentially right here, and you can actually close this and bring that back up. But you have your brand settings. Everybody's familiar with these. Your theme, you have default, you have news, you have rounded. You can pick your color, drop your hex code in there. You can decide whether or not you want lower thirds on or off, and then you can choose how that lower third looks. And you do have, two different types here, and you also have custom. I'm actually going to add my camera to the stream right now, and you're seeing here on the bottom corner that the default lower third type is there. I do like it. It's clean, but you can do custom, and it's the reason why I wanted to do this. I wanted you to see that there's a wide array of things you can do. And you can actually position your lower third in different places on the screen. That's pretty dope, y'all. That's pretty dope. I don't know why you'd want it to be in the center of your face, but hey, give people the option. You never can tell what's going to happen. I love that you can shift this anywhere you want on the screen. And then you can come over here and you can click on change type. When you change type now, you can actually scroll through. They have a number of options that are there for you to be able to choose between. So really cool stuff. I'm not going to do anything here. Let's click away from that. And we're going to continue down. So we've already looked at the brand settings. It is collapsible. Want to make sure that folks know that you can expand your logo, put your logo in there. They give you the dimensions if you mouse over the question mark, and that's pretty cool. I have the pro account, y'all, so I do not have the EVMUX watermark, but you guys probably will if you have the free account, so keep that in mind. Overlays, similar to what we have been using for overlays all this time. You can upload your overlays here. It's got the dimensions here, 1920 by 1080, PNG, JPEG, JPG, or JPEG formats. Everything that you could essentially take your entire show from StreamYard or Restream and drop it right in here. It should work, no problem, because this has been designed just the same way. Video clips, same. You have up to 2 gig. I want to say that one more time for folks to hear it in the back. MP4, WebM, 1920 by 1080, and you have up to 2 gig. I want to make sure that 2 gig, y'all, 2 gig uploaded videos into the system that you can play. So even for my folks who are like, I do not want all of the ability to do all the things that the pro scene or the fully customized setup will afford me, you can still come in here, use this the same way you've been using your streaming platform of choice, and have some expanded capacity and expanded ability. So keep that in mind as well, because that's pretty dope. You also have backgrounds and you can upload those in there. Same concept, 20 meg file size, 1920 by 1080, and you can load those in by clicking the button here, and it's going to open up your computer and you can start loading things into the system. So similar things to what we're always been used to. Here you have some banners. We can click to show the banner. This is a sample banner. Of course, if we go back to our graphics section and go to brand, we can change what that banner looks like by simply going through the different themes. Which one do we want? Do we like this one? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like any of these banners. But anyway, you can create banners here, primary text, secondary text, you can make it a ticker, all of the above. Similar functionality that we're used to from other platforms that we have been using. We click on social. Here is where your comments will come in from the different destinations that you are using. You can see what that looks like. That's what a comment would look like from Facebook. EVMUX, it has the logo, has the content, everything is there. Everything thus far is pretty much the same. And then you also have the chat. And I'm going to tell you right now, the guest experience in EVMUX is different than anything I have ever experienced. The guest experience and the producer experience in EVMUX has to be pound for pound. This is the shocker for me. So we're going to dive into that in a second, but you as you are used to, you have a chat feature. You can chat with the group, right? Everybody that's in the studio. You can chat one-on-one with individuals in the studio, including the producer. You can also hit the walkie-talkie button and actually talk to the whole group. Now, I'm in as the producer, and what you're seeing right now is the producer screen, and I can actually click this button and talk to the guests who are backstage. That is pretty dope. Being able to talk to the guests backstage, and that volume would not be heard by the folks out who are watching online, by the people who are actually talking on stage. That's pretty cool. And you would set the volume in a couple of different places. So I want you to notice that there's a volume here, and this is the sound control for the editor. Meaning I'm still editing this scene, I'm still editing this setup, and so I can actually control my volume for the editor. But I can also control sound for the backstage. You see that it comes up to the side there, right underneath that bubble for the help. Then you can, if you click this is just for you to be able to chat with them, the support team. But sound for backstage control, you see that pop up there. I can actually dial that up and down and hear what the folks in the backstage are saying, or drop it back down, let them talk amongst themselves so that I don't have to be bothered. But you have the ability to literally go through and change that audio for the different things. And that is pretty dope. So that chat feature, again, really cool. Being able to not only chat with people in the backstage, but actually as a producer, be able to speak directly to them. And this walkie-talkie feature also works as for the producer to be able to speak to the host and guest who are on screen in the show. And it's kind of like a in-ear monitor. You can say, hey, we have 5 minutes left. The audience does not hear this. That is so dope. So definitely something you're going to want to jump in and play with. This is not meant to be a tutorial, just really a product overview. So I'm going to keep moving because I'm trying my best not to get into the weeds. And so that kind of takes us through all the different things. You'll notice here on the side that there's one more that we haven't touched. And when I mouse over it, it's grayed out, and this message comes up at the top that says, make sure to select a pro scene first. And this is called layers. And anybody that knows anything about Photoshop or Photopea or even Ecamm and any of the other platforms that has a layer priority, you are already excited when you see this thing saying layers, because you're already like, wait, what? But you do have to do this in a pro scene. So that has to be done in a pro scene. So let's take a look at the pro scene setup. So I'm going to click the plus sign to create a new pro scene. And so here you have some defaults. You can do empty scene, you can do a break scene, you can do a different break scene. So they've got some other templates there. Speakers, we can do 2. You can have them cropped, have them kind of separated a little bit. They're giving you some templates to start with if you are overwhelmed by starting with a blank scene. They do have some countdowns that are here. Some are cool. It is what it is. You have some welcomes that are here as well. Some layouts that you can use. I'm going to just go with an empty scene. I'm going to create that right now. Empty scene. That opens up the ability to go to layers. And just very quickly, you can already see here in this side that you can add additional scenes on the side here. You can add as many scenes as you need to for your show. Now we have this scene added. We can go to graphics. We can go to banners. But this is a pro scene. So we really need to just stay in the layers section, and we can click on add new layer. Now, this is where the magic is, y'all. You can do text, dynamic caption, media files, slideshow. I mean, I'm mousing over it just for you guys to be able to see. I mean, you can literally upload a presentation and just have it auto advance at a specific interval. We got media files. You can upload videos and just have that be the full scene. You've got dynamic captions, so we can do like a caption that's on the bottom. You can do some text or a ticker. You can add a guest speaker, whatever. So I'm going to do a speaker, and I'm going to add myself to the scene. And now my camera is in this scene, but you'll notice right away, if I click back, first of all, I'm going to go back one more time. Now in the layers section, now we have a layer. So if I wanted to add a background, let's do a graphic, let's do a media file of some sort. I'm going to upload a new one. It's going to be interesting. We're just going to add this in the background. All right, so we've added this here, and I'm going to select that, and you can see that that adds it to the scene. Now I go back. I'm going to go back one more. You can see here that YouTube Clip Art 8 and Kirk Nugent. So that's why this is above my camera. So I'm just going to stretch this out, make it take up the whole thing. And then I'm going to move this underneath my camera, and then my camera comes up on top, y'all. Okay, this is not a tutorial, but I just want you to understand this is how layers are going to work in this scenario, in this platform. And this, we're in uncharted territory. We're supposed to be comparing this to other platforms. There is no comparison. Other platforms do not have a combination of both. So this is pretty dope thus far. I want to show you something else here in terms of my camera. Several options across here. You can set your dimensions. You can do a full cover. You can restore your aspect ratios if you ever mess that up. You can do your lower third. You can choose the lower third for this camera, and that lower third will follow the camera no matter where you put it on screen. You can move your layer priority right here on the screen. So you can move it up to the top, or you can move it down a couple layers right here just by hovering or clicking on that particular layer or that particular item that is in your scene. Next thing you can do is crop. Oh man, you guys, I just need you to know that this is mind-boggling for me. And then you just click the crop button again, and now you can see the other edges of that scene, but it really doesn't matter. You can push that off to the side. You have this full thing here, and then you can even drop on top of it an overlay with a transparent cutout for your camera. Oh, just think about the possibilities, you guys. All right, and then you can actually hit this magic animation. Now this part, man, you have transparency, you have a border radius, you can do chroma key, intensity, you can, is it blue, is it green? You can do the active here. Man, man, just so many things that you can do. And then in the layer priority thing here, you can actually come in, and then when you're ready, you can lock it or you can hide it. That's pretty dope. So if I want, I can come here and say, hide this for now, just bring this over here and I'm good to go. So that gives you a bit of an overview of all the different things there. We still have one or two other pieces that I want to show you. Let's go back to that dashboard real quick. So let's go to how it all works, and under how it all works, if we go to sessions, I have two sessions, midweek huddle and how it all works live. So I'm now in the studio. So all I need to do is click on this one and click on this right here, go to the broadcast tool. So you click there and it's going to open up the studio, this is the studio. But you'll notice here that I can click this plus sign and select the other sessions. Now, if you have a lot of sessions, you can just type in a little search, but you can also just bring up the midweek huddle by bringing up that session just like that. So now we've loaded the midweek huddle. The midweek huddle doesn't have any assets in there. So keep that in mind as well. As you create your sessions, you build out your scenes. If you want to copy a scene from one session to the other, you may need to duplicate that session so that you can actually build out that new session with something already in there, right? So you don't have to start from scratch. So I've just loaded back up the how it all works one, and I've closed the midweek huddle one. All the rest of the stuff you recognize from before. We're in a dynamic scene right now, and I've just added the two cameras to the scene. I can do one and I can go back to two, but when I do that, you have to go back and add this to the stream again. That's a little weird. This is going to give me the cropped look. This doesn't do anything because I don't have three cameras, but this is a nice picture-in-picture with the camera on the bottom, and you can still drag and change those where you see fit. This gives you another layout with the small one on the bottom, the big one on the back, on the top, and you can also change those. This one gives you that to the side look. Again, all things that we are very used to from other streaming platforms that we've been playing with. This is dynamic scenes, nothing too special here. I'm going to hide both of these so that we don't confuse ourselves. Now I'm going to go into our pro scenes and just kind of show you one or two of the pro scenes. Then we're going to show you the back end and we're done. I know this is a long video. Intro, you can see already that video is playing. All I did in this scene, if I go to layers, I just literally clicked add new layer, added that video in. Now that video is ready to go. What I want you to see, however, is if I go to the scene itself, I can click on the magic animation. I can control the volume for this video. I can mute it. I can loop it. And when the video is done, I can select which scene I want the program to go to when the video completes. That's dope. So you can select the scene you want it to go to. You can crop the video. You can set the layer priority, all of the different things that we showed you before. Here is a new scene. Now this is host one. This is the scene that I built out that I want to have come in right after that video. And you can kind of see like, this is what my show looks like when I stream with Ecamm, right? So I have that little thing on the bottom. This is just some white text. This is a text overlay, I should say. So you can see here, these are some of the layers that we have. We have them locked, but I'm gonna go ahead and hide it just for you to be able to see what that looks like, show it. We have this one here, we're gonna hide that. I'm gonna go back and show it. So that has my handle. This is another one, hide it. That's my name. I'm gonna go back, show it. Another one, this is a transparent overlay that I've dropped on top of my camera. You can see my camera is the bottom one. I'm going to hide this. You see that overlay has all the things. It has a logo. It has all the stuff on it for us to be able to set up that scene the way we want it. So you still need to do some design in your graphic design platform of choice. Mine is Canva. I'm going to show that again. So I just created this in Canva. In fact, all I did was just export it because I already built it in Canva for my other show. So then here is my actual camera itself, and I don't need to hide or show that, but I have them all locked so that I don't mess anything up. Another one that I want to show you is This next scene, it's my announcement scene from the show, and it is a slideshow, and my camera is on top of it, and then my camera is cropped in so that it kind of mimics what it's supposed to look like. And you can see that it's already auto advancing. We have the lower third in the bottom over here in my camera. It stays with the cropped video, so that's pretty dope as well. You can probably see some of the things that you can really do with this platform. Again, here's another video scene that just plays the video itself. Don't have the audio plugged in right now, but the video will play. And again, if I click here and go to the animations, magic animation, I can loop the video. Auto switch right now is set to none. I'm going to change that to go to host 2. And because I'm not live right now, it's not going to show you that actual switch. But when you go live, you do have program and preview. I want to make sure that that's clear as well. You have program and preview. I'm not going to be able to put that into this video, but look out for more content on this because EVMUX is an entire problem. Here is a host plus guest. Again, just me playing around with the system, trying to see what I can do, how I can mimic my existing show in this system. And you can actually go through on scenes and duplicate a scene. You have the duplicate icon right here on a scene. So you can duplicate a scene if need be. And you can see that right now I'm playing my credits. There's some scenes here that I was just kind of playing around with when I had some folks with me in the test session. Now, let's take a look real quick at what it looks like for guests in the system. So now we're looking at what it looks like behind the scenes as a guest. And so you can stop your camera, start your camera. You have the cam mic settings. You can select your camera, you select your audio input. You also have echo cancellation right there at your fingertips. You can do the share, you can do local video, right? So you can play a video from you as the guest can play a local video from your computer, add it to the studio, and then the producer would then have to pick it up and put it on screen. Really cool that you have all that stuff there. You have the participants list. You do have the group chat here, and you can see some of those group chats are here, and you can actually do attachments. I want you to see here in the bottom corner that you can attach files here and share files across to one another. Then you have private, meaning if you don't want to send a message to the entire group, you can actually message just privately, which is dope. One of the things you do not see here is live comments. So as a guest in the system, you actually do not see the broadcast. You see basically like a group chat. So you can see the host or whoever's in the backstage with you. If you are in the show, you'll be able to talk and hear, but you will see this view, right? This view that you see on screen now is the view that you will see as a guest in the system. For some people, that's disconcerting. For me, not so much. If you've ever done anything in broadcast, like actual television, you know that you generally don't get to see the broadcast the way that it looks to those who are watching live. You get this view because this view is much more important for you to experience. So I love some of the features and functions that they've put into this. I do want to see the ability for guests to see the comments, because that is going to be a big one. But I'm excited at how these guys have started off. It's pretty dope. EVMUX has 3 subscription plans: free, basic, and pro. Their free plan includes a ridiculous amount of features that you have to see to really believe. Much of what I shared in the video today is covered along with unlimited streaming hours, up to 12 on-screen participants, fully branded overlays and backgrounds, full HD 1080p with 5 destinations, including custom RTMP, but it does include a powered by EVMUX watermark. The basic plan is $19 a month, billed annually, and has no powered by EVMUX watermarks. It gives you the record option along with 20 gig of storage and Teams, y'all. The pro plan is $20 more if you go with annual billing, and gives you 50 gig storage, 2 hosts/producers. I mean, this is crazy. I'm excited about testing some of that out. Let me share a bit of perspective for you to balance this thing. You've got to make a list of absolute must-haves in a streaming platform so that you have something to measure by. Think about your show, how you engage with your guest, how you engage with your audience. What features make that possible? Also, what are some things you've always wanted to do but couldn't? The live streaming industry, get this, is believed to have reached 70 billion in 2021. Which means there will be many new players on this field, and you need to have your needs list ironclad. So you're not jumping from one to the next, to the next, and to the next every time a new one comes out. A few items from the rumor mill. I hear that local ISO recordings are going to be a thing in EVMUX, meaning you'll not only get individual audio tracks, but individual video tracks too. And they will record local to the guest computer and upload to EVMUX after the show or session is complete, meaning you'll get full quality from each camera, not dependent on bandwidth. Think of it this way: Riverside FM, Ecamm, and StreamYard all in one. I know, right? Mind blown too. Almost seems too good to be true. Let me know in the comments what you think about these rumors, the new platform, and what tweaks they should make. Be sure to subscribe for more updates. As always, it's your boy Kirk Nugent, the Geek Speaker Preacher, hoping that somewhere in the video today, we got you a little closer to figuring out how it all works. And we'll see you in the next video.